thing.
Yeah.
But it's like the idea that we would. I mean, obviously, people are paranoid. They're going to think that they're going to think the worst anyway. But I mean, and they don't need much excuse to attack people. But the idea that by having putting a more human face on things and saying, well, we're not going to torture because that's not what we're about. I mean, that they would misunderstand that, and they would say, now we can kill you. That's like really messed up, I think.
Yeah.
How can any conservative stand behind embracing torture? When we've killed people for torturing Americans, I don't even begin to understand that whole viewpoint.
Well, there's one guy that I mean, that's probably the only place where you can agree with John McCain, right? Because he's been in.
Oh, absolutely.
He's been tortured. He knows it doesn't work. He knows you put our own soldiers in harm's way when you do it, and it's not productive. But nobody listens to the crazy.
Nobody listens to
guy.
him. Yeah. By the way, with the shooting, the first thing that came out in terms of like Twitter and stuff was the hashtag Je Suis. Charlie, and now it's Je Suis Ahmed.
What's that mean? By the way?
So I am Charlie.
Oh, I am Charlie.
Yeah, and so that's also in English it's also becoming a thing. But Je Suis Ahmed is about the fact that one of the two police officers who was slain was a Muslim.
Right.
So even when you want to make it all about these Islamic terrorists, if you want to make it about Islam, you can't because there is Islamic people dying trying to stop it.
Exactly.
Exactly. So obviously life is more complicated than simpletons on Fox News want to make it.
It was like when those two policemen were shot. Neither of them were white.
Yes.
I know the guy had to pick two cops fast.
Yeah.
I think probably.
Yeah.
One was Hispanic and the other one was Asian.
Yeah.
Luck of the draw.
Yeah.
Just
Literally.
pick two and just go.
Okay, the message is muddled. I was like, what the heck,
Yeah. Seriously, guy, if you want to make it about black and white, you got to get hell a white guy.
Yeah.
He got that signal wrong.
So right then, like NYPD numerous times now have turned their backs on De Blasio.
Who isn't the mayor sort of the equivalent of commander in chief?
Yes.
Don't they, in essence?
Yes.
Even though there is a police, chief, isn't that like it's almost like treason?
Yes.
Like if the army did that, if a group of soldiers did that to Obama,
it's mutiny.
I would say fucking every single one of them should be prosecuted.
It's treasonous. Yeah.
Now it's a little different with police unions and whatever, but still, it does seem pretty fucked up.
Well, it's like, and then they're not working. It's like a job slowdown.
And they're
fortunately, most of them are writing tickets or some shit where you don't want it. They're a nuisance.
Yeah, how is life in New York? Are people suffering in New York?
They're like they're letting people get mugged. But they're not working because they're mad, so they're not going to work.
And here's the thing they don't realize: like they're slowing down now, but when they finally come back to work, you know how many unarmed black men they're going to have to kill just to catch up?
Oh yeah, guys! Guys, our January quota is 5 unarmed black youth.
You think you're tired of doing chokeholds now?
Yeah, fuck. Yeah, you're going to get.
Oh boy, my right arm
carpal tunnel.
I got tennis elbow from having to. Oh boy. So messed up.
Yeah, so turning their back on the freaking mayor, I just think that. It's ridiculous. And then you probably heard this. So people on the right are, all of a sudden you're not for peaceful protest? They're just protesting peacefully.
Right.
I'm like, what the fuck are they protesting?
Yeah. Somebody saying things should be reasonable.
That.
Yeah.
What are they protesting?
Right. And this is almost backing up the worst views you can have about the police because they're supposed to always say, there's bad cops out there, but most of them are good. And it's like, well, why are they in union saying, somebody who chokes somebody to death should be defended to the nth degree forever? Mm-hmm. There are no there. Yeah, it's like in theory they'll agree that there are bad cops. They just don't think they've ever seen one. It's like, the guy that shot the guy with no gun. Well, that guy was big. and he was black. So, and that guy, well, he was 12, but, his parents had a bad relationship.
But he was big for 12.
Yeah, yeah.
And like this situation just illustrates what I've always said. If you have a conversation with a conservative, within 30 seconds, they will contradict themselves.
Yes.
Right? Because they're just all over the place. So here's a situation where now all of a sudden they're pro-union.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
Like,
Right.
what the that should be a message to every union. Just start killing black people.
Boom.
And you know what? Like Walmart will have a union if they get their shit together and start killing black people. Republicans will get behind that shit.
Target is working on it.
Yeah.
With people in the BB gun aisle.
I think that was Walmart, wasn't it?
Was it? Or was it? Maybe so.
I
maybe
think
so.
it was
Where the baby shot her.
No,
his mother?
No, there was
there was
the kid. And this was also in Ohio.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so a kid was checking out a BB gun in the aisle, and
And he was an adult, but yeah, he was holding a BB gun that they sold,
that they sold. They sold the gun,
and they
Right.
shot
And
him
he's
Check it out.
holding
instantly.
the gun,
and then
they
a cop
shot
showed
him.
up on
And he
the
wasn't
scene.
pointing it at all.
They killed him
Oh yeah, instantly.
because he was a black guy who'd bought a BB gun and was holding.
didn't
her.
buy it.
Well,
Yeah.
why do you have
He
to
was
bring
holding
race
it.
into it? It
Yeah.
just happens that it's always a black
isolated
guy.
incident.
It's always a black guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah, you don't need to identify it.
now
But look at all the black kids they don't shoot.
Now, what the funny
Let's
thing
look at the other side.
Well, the other thing,
They let millions of people live
Yes.
every day
Yes.
against their better judgment.
yeah. I mean, one of the things. Okay, in that case, there was one thing in their defense, which was the 911 call on that case was that he's pointing it at people, and then they come in, they don't care about anything, they just blow him away.
Right.
And then later, the guy they
Like
let the guy who called 911.
Goddamn Sam.
Yeah.
Coming in.
So they let the guy who called 911 look at the security tape, and he changed his story. He said, well, okay, he wasn't pointing at anybody. So that was that. And it was like, well, what could they do? They had this report.
Right.
So then somebody calls in Cleveland, and they say, this guy might be young. It might not be a real gun. That didn't get relayed to the cops, and they come in and blow him away in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
It's getting to the point where it's like, oh, they shot him in 30 seconds. That shows restraint because these other guys they shot in 2 seconds.
We talked it over.
Yeah.
Yeah, they processed all
Yeah.
of that. That was,
I mean, the 12-year-old that they shot in 2 seconds, they claimed before the video came out that they told him 3 times to put it down, that he pointed it at him, that it didn't have an orange tip, and they saw this gun coming at them. All of this, which could not have possibly occurred in the 2 seconds.
Right. The video shows they just
yes.
pulled up.
yeah, it's like boom, boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that guy had super psychological problems, the cop. He had tried to be a police officer multiple times.
Right, he's
didn't
been
make
fired.
it. They had to let him go because he was crying at the shooting range.
Yeah,
and
he was
unable.
they said he was untrainable.
Yeah. Multiple departments figured
Immature.
it out. Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, we should talk about some serious shit. Did you guys know that Matt LeBlanc was almost a carpenter?
Oh my gosh.
What?
Yeah, serious.
Wow.
I've always
Yeah.
felt that he was our Jesus.
Well, that's Harrison Ford too. Did carpentry and figured
Is that right?
till it
That's
worked
true,
out.
yeah.
Yeah. Shitty cabinets, I have to say. I've seen some of his cabinet work.
Yeah.
It's pretty shitty.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing that he's good at Han
Yeah.
Solo.
Good
But,
thing he figured that out.
Here's if you want to look for some outrageous things said by conservatives, remember old Phyllis Schlafly?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, she
she's still living.
she is still living. She's
She's like an old.
Yeah.
Geezer.
Oh,
What
yeah.
good is that doing anyone?
nothing.
Yeah.
She's 90 years old.
Yeah.
And she said the reason that there's all this rape on
But you know what? She
campuses-
fucks like she's 70.
That's true. That's true. Don't discount Astroglide. But so that woman said the reason that there's rape on college campuses is because there's too many women on college campuses, and that maybe they need to have a quota to bring it back down.
Wow.
Because
What?
which by the way means she doesn't
What does that
understand.
even mean?
I don't know.
That's like reverse logic.
I know it's like. Yeah, she doesn't even understand supply and demand.
What she should be good at, right?
Yeah, I
Because
mean
she's a
conservative.
conservative.
She's a conservative. They always understand money. These
my
liberals don't
God.
understand money, And it's like, I think any person on the street can figure out, that.
Yeah.
There's a thing called supply and
Yeah,
demand.
no, in the military, where it's the opposite, right, where you have way too many guys and there's only a few girls, then you could make a case for maybe something like that. But
and then we need more female
that's
soldiers.
just like crazy.
You know? Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, and by
Well,
the way,
when-
she's from St. Louis.
When Phyllis Schlafly was growing up, there were no women in colleges.
It's
There
true,
were- there was
except
just
her.
men. Yeah, she's.
She actually has multiple degrees. It's so
Yeah.
bizarre. This
And she,
like
she probably banged so many dudes in college.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
She's
James
like-
Madison.
Yes. Yeah, and maybe she knows that. Yeah, if she was in college today, she wouldn't get any.
Hey, we're going to have to
But,
wrap up soon.
yeah.
I'm curious to get everybody's maybe prediction for 2015, like something you think is going to happen, and also like plug anything that you got coming up.
Yeah. Well, in 2 weeks I won't be here because I'm doing the Time Machine show, and I'll put more information on that. But that is at the is it my Oh My Bones theater in LA?
Oh, my rib.
Oh My Ribs. Thank you. I was
Ribs,
combining
bones. Ribs have bones. Yeah, that's.
I was
yeah.
combining two other ideas, but yes, thank you.
It was
Thank
implying
you.
that the show was in his pants.
Yes. Oh, no, I didn't say oh my boner. So I'll be doing that, and that's all I got. Other than one of the highlights for me for 2014 was hosting some shows at the Ice House and things like that. So I'll throw that in there.
Cool.
And I think the low point. I'm backtracking, but my low
Yeah.
point was just realizing
This show.
that this show is how more fucked up we are racially than I thought. You know, I thought things are fucked up. Now I realize, no, they're seriously double, triple fucked up.
We're going
and,
backwards.
And the majority of whites don't think so.
Right.
You know, the
Yeah.
majority of whites, I think, say, you know, they make all this trouble. It's really, you know, we don't know if these cops have any prejudice in their heart or souls, and you know, let's give them a break.
Yeah.
And it's these dividers, you know, like Obama that wants to divide people. It's like, are you fucking paying any fucking attention or reading any stats or
That is racism.
It's got you all
when you
fired
say
up.
that there's no racism, but black people are just pissed off, that's racism.
Yeah. Oh, they're easily misled. Oh,
Yeah.
they don't have intelligence now, but you see them as equals, you know, and so I want to punch
Man.
anybody who just says, "Oh, I'm colorblind." Fuck you, because I know
Yeah,
that is
wow.
now code word.
I don't. You know,
That's
I've
code
known
word
you
for
for a while
racism.
now, but I've never seen you this fired up.
Well, I get fired up from time to
Yeah,
time.
and
But
I
anyway.
don't know if I would like to see you punch somebody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You don't know if I could.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not saying I have a
I
good
think
swing.
you'd hurt yourself.
I probably would.
Yeah.
I probably would get a little tennis elbow like those cops. But
That'd be good.
all right, so
Yeah.
yeah.
And your prediction.
Stay out of Jim's way, everybody.
That's right.
What's your
Especially if
prediction?
you're racist.
My prediction that Obama will continue to stay in power without implementing martial law. The amount of guns owned will increase in 2015 by Americans. We will not do anything to address global warming in 2015, and the news will get
Yeah,
worse.
but we kind of already did. I mean, Obama did with the deal with China. So.
Well, that's true, but the Congress
So-
will. Congress and Senate will not.
Okay.
So,
All right.
that's it. So I guess
have,
more of that.
Well, you want to go?
Yeah,
All right, so we're doing predictions, and what else?
And then plug anything you got.
yeah.
Okay, let me stall on the predictions. Plugs. I will be in San Francisco for SF Sketchfest January 23rd and 24th.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, say hello to all my. I'm a San Francisco comic, so say hello to all my friends up at the Sketchfest. As is Steve. That's where we
oh,
started.
yeah?
Yeah, we started in San Francisco, yeah.
Oh, awesome. I will. I'll just tell everybody that you said hi.
Yeah.
Because I don't know who's new.
I mean, hopefully most of.
hi!
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my new catchphrase.
Yeah.
April 1st, The Many Lives of Jovan Cornea will be available on video on demand and wherever you can download
Did you
movies.
say April 1st?
Yes.
Very cool. Yeah.
You're not pranking us, are
And,
you?
one of the we'll watch it, and then once a month we have a film critic that comes in to review films. So we'll watch it and review it on the show.
Right.
Yeah, maybe we can have you back then.
All right, please.
Yeah.
I'd love to come back.
All right.
My predictions is that Jim Coughlin will get a tattoo before the year's out, because ever since he started drinking, he's dropping F-bombs left
I
and
know,
right.
like a sailor.
He's threatening
This
people.
guy.
He's threatening to punch people in the face.
He's got a lot of time to make up.
Yeah.
You know, and his mom listens to this show. That's the saddest.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the most I've ever wanted to get a tattoo. I don't want to disappoint Ed Galvez.
I'm gonna go with